This is my first vlog and I don't know where I'm supposed to be looking.
Actually,
and then you met me.
And then I met you and it went downhill from there.
You can tell that I'm a good driver and I was paying attention.
Right.
Ooh.
The only problem is I have a tendency to wreck things.
Hi, I'm Lesley. I'm a farmer and a mother and a wife and a marketer from Saskatchewan. And thank you for joining me on my first vlog called Riding in Cabs with Farmers. Normally, I'm behind the lens or behind the screen writing or taking photos, but not much in front. So this is something that is very new. I'm excited, but I'm also scared because it's totally outside of my comfort zone. And I'm going to try to make this as unscripted as I possibly can. So you're going to see me screw up. You're going to see lots of bloopers. And that's what I love because that is life. Looking at the barley?
That's weak.
Oh, are we looking at the The concept of riding in cabs with farmers is about having conversations with farmers and people in the agriculture and the food industry about food and farming in cabs of tractors, cabs of trucks, cabs of combines, cabs of sprayers, maybe cabs of SUVs like we are today, and talk about food farming, why we do the things that we do. And my most favorite conversation out of all of that is to talk about life and get to know the people behind the scenes, because agriculture, it has an amazing story to not only tell but share. So please join me on my first vlog of interviewing or having a conversation with my most favorite farmer, and that is my husband. But I have to find him. So we live in town and he's at the farm. I don't know where around in the farm. I think he's in the yard. So I have to go find him. But yeah, I'm really excited for him to be my first riding in cabs with farmer. Welcome. This one isn't taping. That one's taping.
That one's taping. Camera 1, camera 2.
1, 2. Would you like to get your seatbelt on?
Thank God I'm not drinking right now either, right?
Okay, so for all of those who don't know you,
I'm Matthew Kelly.
My hubby, husband.
The better half.
The better half.
From Imperial, Saskatchewan, born and raised. Started out on the family farm. My dad actually owned a grocery store, but I had a bachelor uncle that we started to farm with, my brothers and I, when we were younger. So that's kind of how we got involved in farming and already fed that interest. I received my journeyman certificate for agriculture machinery technician, so I'm a mechanic by trade.
You are an excellent mechanic.
Some days. And then yeah, so after working a few years being a mechanic and farming on the side, I went into sales, working for Right Way Manufacturing. Kind of did parts and sales, a little bit of mixture of both, and then
you met me.
And then I met you, and it went downhill from there.
So then we moved out to Alberta, where you were on the oil fields.
Yes.
And then we moved back to Saskatchewan, and then you started farming with my dad and my brother.
Yes, and that was, yeah. So now we're roughly 9 years into that.
9 years, almost a decade.
Holy, where does the time go?
Because it's been fun.
It has been. It's been a challenge, but it's been interesting. It's been lots of fun. So.
Looking at the barley?
That's wheat.
So are we looking at the wheat?
This is how you should take pictures. Oh, look at it.
It's so high.
It's so high. Right on the top of the hill.
A couple of years ago, we shared a video about our mental health stories, and you shared that you had anxiety.
Yes.
And you're not really on social media.
I try not to be.
So what did it feel like, or what automatically did you think of when I said, hey, let's do a video and share how I had postpartum and you have anxiety?
Well, I think anybody that watches it probably can tell that I was still kind of in shock. I had that deer in headlights look, and what am I going to say? And it's just to talk about it and say that it's a commonplace. It wasn't about, here, turn in here, we'll look at the Durham. It was about just having a conversation, a positive conversation about getting it out, making it commonplace, and having an open discussion, and not to hide behind it, or be
that we
scared that something was going to happen, or there's all those conversations are good, because we had many conversations about it, and talking about,
and we wanted people to say that it was okay to talk about it.
Yeah, and
that we were an everyday couple that has their their ups and their downs and their peaks and their valleys, and that it's okay.
Yeah, life isn't a straight line. It's an up and down, and it's a journey.
Yeah, together. Okay, you want to go check the dirt?
Let's go check the dirt.
Okay.
The dirt.
This is our first year growing Durham too.
First year. And this is also a nice hill. Looks good.
Since we did that video and talking with all the people and people sharing their stories and us sharing more, what has been your biggest lesson?
I think the biggest lesson is that everybody at one time in their life will suffer from it. I didn't realize how many people that were close to us, or it's amazing the stories that people have to share, and the different stresses and that they go through. The biggest one, I think, is that the self-doubt of being able to handle it and move forward. I think I've found a lot of internal strength by talking about it and feeling like you can help, whether it's somebody just listened to the story, or whether it's changed their persona of it. And I think that movement's moved the bar forward, right? So I think there's many different things that are part of it, not just one. But I think my internal strength, is big, because there was a lot of self-doubt, or whether I could move forward, and for you and the boys. So.
And what would, if someone is going through a hard time, or they know of someone going through a hard time, what would you tell them?
Not to wait. Is to have, if you have somebody that you can confide in, to start talking about it, opening up about it, and being open to talk about it, and not waiting until it's possibly caused a problem or causing a problem. Also utilizing the different outlets, farmers, stress line, different people and different specialists that can help you, or not trying to manage it all yourself,
right.
and continue on that way. I think being open about it and having a conversation with the mental health line, I think, was one that really helped me. So.
Right. How did you feel when you heard some of the comments like, if you can't handle the stress, get out, or you can't call yourself a farmer and you're crazy?
That was really deterring. It actually, hearing those comments really affected me at the start, is because we opened up. I'm not asking for anything. I wanted to do it also, and I thought it was good, and I think individuals need to understand the whole story,
right?
And the goodness that we wanted to, you didn't have to listen to our story either, right? You have the option to do that. So, but I find that social media, that's why I'm not on it a whole pile. I do have an Instagram account and stuff like that.
You creep on Instagram pretty good.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I do. I have some faves on there.
Instagram is nice.
I like watching YouTube.
Yes, YouTube is your thing.
This is my favorite song. No, that's not it.
You have to press play. Oh my god.
The only problem is I have a tendency to wreck things.
What do you do to help with your mental health?
My mental health, I just have a few management tools to not let it get away from me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the biggest thing is to get a good night's sleep. You know, simple things of enjoy the day. You know, instead of getting wrapped up in the negativeness and some of the things, some of the different aspects that come with it. Because if you let the anxiety manifest itself, it turns into depression. And you know, I find that being physically active, sunlight, even helps. The day-to-day grind, of fixing equipment, but also having you guys around has actually really helped. Having my family close and us moving to Watrous has really helped. So, but yeah.
What is the most embarrassing thing you could share about me?
Embarrassing thing about you?
What?
You're singing.
You're
singing.
singing. Yes.
You're singing. You are a beautiful singer in the bathroom. Yeah. You're an awesome shower singer.
I am. Birds of a feather.
I don't know.
There's a part of the song where we both can be distracted drivers.
What's
Ready?
that?
I'm a sucker for you. We've shared our story and we've been quite vocal about mental health, trying to help other people. What would be your goal? Like at the end of the day, you could say, we did this and it helped because...
I think it's just nice to see that you guys have created Do More Egg, and it's going to be interesting to see how it continues to move forward, right? And being part of the Bell Let's Talk and a few of the other things that are gaining momentum, I think there's a lot of pride there. And with kind of getting the ball rolling, I guess is how I would say it. My goal is just to continue in any aspect that I can, whether it's talking out in public or whatever, I'm open to anything, and just continue to keep moving it forward. I think this is a marathon, it's not a sprint, so that's how I would refer to it as.
Just like with mental health, it's a journey, right?
It's just like life, too.
Yeah, it's life.
Yeah. I agree.
Thank you, Matt, for being in my first Riding in Cabs with Farmers vlog. Thank you.
Pretty awesome. You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for all that you do for me and the family and being on this life and farming journey with me.
Ditto. I can't rattle it off like that, but yeah. I'm not gifted that way. I get tongue-tied. But no, thank you for your love and support.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, I couldn't do this.
And likewise, we're in it together.
It's an exciting journey.
It is exciting, so thank you. And for all of those who are watching, we hope you tune in next time to Riding in Cabs with Farmers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.